like me no Jerome cho election in America, how peaceful it was comparing it to Ghana. So please talk to us. What did you pick from elections in the USA, and how different is that from the one in Ghana in terms of peace?
Yeah, like I said earlier, first, thank you for the opportunity. As I said earlier, the election here was very peaceful, calm, and you wouldn't even notice that there's election going on.
Hmm.
Yeah. So I think this is because one, they have accurate record of every citizen, every who is eligible to vote and who is not eligible. So in America, it's not as if the election day before they are ensuring that nobody is crossing borders to come and vote. No, they ensure that before you enter into the country, you have the right to enter and you are passing through the right procedure. So, unlike in the case of Ghana, on election day where we have to deploy military to borders and all that, it is not needed.
Hmm.
So that's not going to create any chaos. Because, for instance, in Ghana, if you are there, let's say you are at a border town, and then all of a sudden they started bringing militaries and all that, it creates a whole lot of chaos and confusion. Why are they doing this at this time?
Hmm.
So that is one. Secondly, campaign, I would say peace was before the election and then throughout the election process and then after. So they in their campaign they were focused on more of I would
Policies.
say
Policies.
more of policies
Hmm.
than personal attack and tribalism in the case of Ghana.
Hmm. Like you were making a point, you said during the campaign in America, they were talking on policy-based campaign, not on personal attack and tribalism. Go ahead.
Exactly. So with that, people who are supporting a particular party, they are supporting based on the policies.
Hmm.
So need for people to do us and be fighting over
Hmm.
parties and all that.
Hmm.
Yes, and also unlike our case whereby during election, when I say our case in Ghana, where during election time, parties would have to go, maybe trying to persuade people who are less privileged with gifts and all that to gain their vote. Here, everything is more like the policy you are bringing. Is it going to favor the majority? Is it going to favor every person? How convincing is your policy? It's not based on persuasion and all that.
Hmm.
But in our case, when somebody persuades you because of what you receive, you might be forced to protect that, and that normally results in a lot of chaos and violence.
Okay, so the Israel Hamas, or the war that is currently going on in Israel, of which you've been an eyewitness when it just started. Um, what effect can you share with us? What will war bring and the effect of war? So talk to us so that we can pick some lessons from there, so that we can guard and uphold the peace of Ghana come December 7th.
Okay, thank you very much once again. Like I earlier said, we can't trade our peace for anything else as a country. So I happened to experience the Israel-Gaza war in the year 2021 and 2022. And even as a student, at that time, it had not escalated like this time. Yeah, in Israel, we have the Iron Dome that intercepts, missiles. I know most of us know that. We also have fortified shelters that at least if you hear a missile or you hear a siren, you can run to. But amidst all that, as a student, you become so unstabilized in your mind. If I remember, I was in the student dorm, and then we heard a siren. Anytime a siren is sounded, it means the missile is close to you and it could fall anywhere around you. We know that the iron dome can intercept, but it's not very efficient to intercept everything. So you can't tell when a missile will come.
Mm.
So anytime you hear a siren, you have just 10 minutes to find out.
Mm.
And we were all students living in a dormitory. We
Wow.
had a siren around 1 a.m. at night. So we all had to run, we had to climb the stairs, a very tall stairs,
Mm.
before you find your way into a shelter. And it was chaotic, my brother.
Mm.
In fact, I felt so terrified at that time. And it because we were new to it, there was stampede. We were just falling, people were stepping on others. Someone could even slap you before you get to the shelter.
Was that
So
why you
I
left?
took
Was that why you left the you left Israel? Okay, go
so
ahead.
I
Go
told
ahead.
myself I told myself I won't experience this again. So I had to move from the dorm to sleep in the shelter.
Wow, wow, wow,
So
wow.
that if I hear a siren at any time, I know I'm already in the
In the
shelter.
shelter. Wow.
So you just can't focus. You can't learn. I remember at that time, everything I did was just searching the news to
Mm.
find whether there is a ceasefire or
Mm.
there's going to be a ceasefire.
Wow,
I
wow,
was destabilized.
wow, wow.
And another lady also came to the shelter, and then we just found out that she had just collapsed out of
Wow,
fear,
wow.
you know. So, in fact, it was my first time, and it wasn't good at all.
Mm.
And so I wouldn't advise. Even we didn't even actually see the missile fall. It was just the sound of a siren, and the siren is so loud that it shakes the entire body.
Mm.
You know,
Wow.
in fact, it's not a good experience.
Mm.
Mhm. So I would say that instead of fighting or trading our peace, we should rather protect the peace so that we can protect ourselves. That is what I would say.
Wow, thank you very much. Thank you very much for giving us that insight on the situation in Israel when you were there. Every now and then you have to running away, taking cover in the shelter. When you were talking about that shelter, I remember this scripture, Proverbs 18, verse 10. The name of the Lord is a strong tower, and the righteous run into it, and he is safe. So you have shelters that you'll be running into to take cover and all that for your safety. All right, thank you very much. Do stay with us. We'll get back to you at the right time again before we run up the program. Uh, Mr. Falleter, okay, Mr. Falleter is on with us again. Mr. Falleter, our civic rights. We had Vic sharing her experience with us in Israel. How, because of the war, as a student, her mind was destabilized. Talk to us on our civic rights so that we can prevent such case happening in Ghana. Mr. Falleter. Okay, Mr. Falete just disconnected from us right now, probably because of network. Let me go to Officer Kwanzaa of the Georgia Police Command. Uh, Officer, so Officer Kwanzaa, we've heard the experience Vic had in Israel. Please talk to us as a police officer how we can conduct ourselves come December 7th so that there will be no violence and chaos leading to war. Now, we don't even have shelter in Ghana. We don't know where we're going to run to.
Thank you very much. Good evening, uh, good evening to your cherished viewers and listeners as well. I hope now I'm loud and clear.
Very clear.
Very well, thank you. I echo the message and assurance from the IGP that we are ready to ensure peaceful elections.
Amen.
That is coming from security and police perspective.
Amen. Mm.
Uh, Thank you,
Okay.
and I'm happy. We've also hearing from our sister who has experienced war situation in Israel, as the Middle East, and there's a saying that it might be good hearing of war than to experience it. So war situation is not good to experience it at all. And as our sister rightly said, it is something that we need to avoid. It is very chaotic and destabilizes a country. And so we should all come together to ensure peace so that we don't go through such experience. Now moving to your latter question. There are laid down rules and regulations governing any institution, anybody, any activity, or a nation. And so during this election, hello, there's some feedback. Should I go on?
Yes, go on, go on. We can hear you clear.
Okay, okay.
Mr.
So
Falata,
some of the
officer, 1 minute. Mr. Falata, kindly switch off your microphone for us. We'll get back to you. Yeah. Okay. Thank you very much, Mr. Falata. Kindly switch off your microphone. Officer Kwanzaa, you can go ahead.
so some of these laws governing the elections, the general elections, is that no campaign on that particular day. That is 7th December. There should be no campaign.
Okay.
Also, no wearing of party T-shirts or colors. Another one is also no posting of party posters within the polling station or center.
Mm.
And also, if I should add, one has to leave the polling station after casting his or her ballot and can return at 5 p.m. during counting process to just be an observer. And so the police, we are there in collaboration with our sister security agencies who will be assisting us due to our numbers to ensure that these bylaws, these laws governing the exercise are carried out in the manner that will ensure and restore peace that we are enjoying. And any attempt by anyone or group to disturb the peace. Hello?
Yeah, we can hear you.
Yes,
Attempt
to
of anyone
disturb
to
the
disturb the
peace
peace.
or into any electoral malpractice will be arrested and prosecuted. Let me cite this example. And so you should note that when you allow yourself to be used by any person or politician to act in a manner contrary to the laws governing this election exercise, if it's you, this particular person who has committed that offense or crime, who will be arrested and prosecuted, and not the politician who is seeking a mandate or power. So that alone should cite a caution to you, each one for himself, but God is for us all.
Mm. Wow.
So at the end of the day, the taking is jollof rice or whatever or clear, and you will be lavishing himself or wherever.
Yeah.
And so these are just some few examples to educate the general public that
Mm.
the police or security service are going to be on top with no stone unturned
Mm.
to ensure that we live the today in our democracy by ensuring peace. There shall be police officer.
Okay. Go ahead. Aside the police officer.
Yes, there shall be a
Okay, there shall be a police officer.
police officer
Okay.
or a security personnel from any of our sister security agencies,
Okay.
or both at a polling station.
Okay.
Aside that, there shall also be non-uniform personnel at a polling station or patrolling
Mm.
polling stations.
Mm.
These personnel have body cameras fixed on them to capture both audio and visual scenes at the polling centers. And so you should know the consequences of you falling victim of any malpractice or any offenses relating to this election or exercise.
I want us to go to the NCCE before we get back to the studio and speak to Bishop Pascaline Kasa. Mr. Falleter, so what is our civic right as citizens in the country regarding the elections? Please talk to us.
Yes, thank you very much. I want to say, when you look at the constitution, something that we pride ourselves that 1992 constitution is kept us from 1992 up to 2 of that constitution. Think that if you are 18 and you register as a voter, you are entitled to vote. If you have found money, have that duty and the right to vote. So that right is what all of us have December 2024. And we expect that because it's a right, it is that protection means that all institutions of people, Article 1, all institutions from presidency receive the money from the people. So all those institutions must respect the will of the people. That will be exercised on 7th December 2024. In doing so, we expect that we not go by the election regulations. Uh, that nobody should prevent anybody from voting. That is key because people want to prevent others through various means. Not allowed. You don't have to disclose who you are going to vote for, who you have voted. You can spend under the law who you have voted for, who you vote. Somebody compelling you to do that not allowed. We also need that in mind. That is what we are doing. That we should all abide by the so that there will be transparency. Then but at the end of the day, when everything goes, then we are sure that people, stakeholders, and everybody will accept then we move on. And that is all because 4 years is the mandate that ends with any leader, be it parliamentarian or the president. That 4 years, if maybe you are not backing your party or your candidate, that is not the end of the road. You still have another time to come back and present yourself to the maybe look at your plans, policy, and you give you the mandate. So this is not due by this is not the last election we have had 8 elections successfully by this 19. We are doing well, but we should not let Ghanaians where we are gotten people want to just take it for granted. That is why all institutions, community services to the electoral everybody is putting in best so that at the end we will get very fair, transparent election. It is something that we should all work and we will not leave out the citizens because they are the ones, the numbers are huge. We have over 18 million Ghanaians people going to all these people, including those who are not going to conduct themselves on election very well within the rules, then we will be able to have a clear and transparent election. We are calling on citizens, especially to sell alcohol. The law says that within 500 meters, you don't need to open your shop on that day if you sell alcohol. So this one something that we are covering. There are regulations, there are
Mr.
rules,
Falata,
there are norms.
Mr. Falata, I'm not cutting you off. Are you saying that if you have a shop that sells alcohol, which is within the range of 500 meters, you shouldn't open your shop during the election day? Is that what you are saying?
Election day, you don't have to do it.
Or
It's an offense.
all right.
You can be prosecuted, and you pay up to 200 penalty unit, and that will amount to about 2,400 maximum, and you can go to jail for about 12 months maximum. So around polling centers and trying to influence voters to do want to appeal to citizens.
Mm.
That influence or using any other form is against the rules. Then misinformation and disinformation is something that we also have.
Network is not permitting Mr. Falata to finish well with us, but we've heard him. He has made his point clear.
Misinformation and then disinformation about people, just put information out there just to destroy certain candidates so that people will not vote for them
Mm.
or say things about people. All those things are against the law. You could be prosecuted if you share information that is not true and you are caught.
Mm.
You will be dealt because the law says that.
Mm.
And that destroying someone's reputation. So that one too is within the law and that's why if it's activated. So we want to call on people send information and we try to send to 10 people, else you will die or something. We want to advise that nothing will happen to you if you force information. And to the media too, we always call on them to also check information because the media could be an advert by using it to reach out the same way if you force information to stabilize our democratic process
Mm.
just by one false information in one small community and be generated to something else. That will not be healthy for us. Not be able to compete as our sister share the experience of what has happened elsewhere, and then comparing that with the US. We have reached a stage in our democratic journey that people are looking up to us. Countries are eager to see what happens on the 7th December if we are going to break or we'll see through together. We want to move on from here so that the economic development and other things that are in the country will come to fruition. So the best is for us to be accept the results, also open our eyes. We should not just go back. Let's all guide the process. Let's make sure the right thing is done. The security officers will be at the polling stations. All right. There will be patrol teams moving around. The arms will not be at the people will not carry arms at the polling station. Let the citizens feel free. There should not be any intimidation. So we are doing this so that where we have gotten to in our democracy, like it come to a time that even we don't even need all this platform now. As they are here, let's not be intimidated. They are our brothers and sisters in uniform. So let's be friendly with them and accept them as we move on. This is what I want to put out.
Wow, thank you very much, Mr. Afalata. That we should carry out our civic right well, so that even a time will come in Ghana that will not need the presence of the security on election day, intimidating people, just because we are not comporting ourselves. Just as Lucky shared with us from America, the experience in America, you don't even know that elections were going on, or election was going on in America, because there was no heavy presence of the security agencies around.